Hello, Urbana Savers. How are you today? I hope you are doing great and well today. So I will introduce myself first. My name is Nabila Salma Rona Alaya. I'm from Uniska Kadidi and from English Education major. Before we start in our topic, I will share about a statement from CFC Delta Sunlight. The earth doesn't belong to us, but we are just belong to the earth. This statement reminds us about the human are not the owner of the earth, but we are just part of it. So when we do everything or something to our environment, it will be returned and come back to us. So today I would like to talk about an environmental issue that is often overlooked in our daily life but has serious impact and serious threats for our ecosystem, and its name plastic waste. So before we going further, let us understand first about the definition of ecosystem. According to National Geographic Education 2025, an ecosystem is a place when animal, plant, human, and environment work together to build connected and for their life to support their life. But simply put, when one of part ecosystem is disturbed, the whole part of ecosystem will be affected. In addition, based on analysis published in scientific journal Communication of Earth and Environment, plastic production and circulation have reached alarming scale. You can look in bar chart here that in 2022, 436.66 million tons of plastic were traded globally, with 111 million tons becoming final product. In addition, China is currently the largest of intermediate plastic from that exporting 14.21 million tons of plastic material and 9.44 million tons of intermediate manufactured plastic. Meanwhile, many Asian countries dominate the global plastic trade as importer countries. The Indonesian account for 13% of plastic imports in this region. The international level, based data from SIPSN, Sistem Informasi Pengelolaan Sampah Nasional, show that the plastic waste is the second largest component of waste below the food waste in Indonesia, that around 19.97%. Although plastic may seem small, light, and comfort, but behind the comforter, that the plastic have a dangerous threat for our environment. That according to the United States Environmental Protection, that APA, plastic waste can take 100 to 1,000 years for decompose, but instead of decompose, the plastic is break down into microplastic and pollute our ecosystem. So we're going into first element, that threat of the ecosystem in plants' life. Plastic waste have a direct and indirect impact for the plant's life, particularly from the soil contamination. A study published in the journal Environmental Pollution explained that plastic doesn't fully decompose, but they are break down into fragments that we call microplastic and accumulate with the soil system. So that directly microplastic disrupt the earth structure, reduce the water disruption, and block air circulation of the root that needs to grow. While indirectly, this change reduces soil fertility and making the plants absorb nutrition. That as a result, the plant grows slowly and vegetation weaker. We move to the threat for the animal kingdom, especially in wildlife and marine ecosystem. So, plastic pollution poses one of the greatest threats for animals. According to APA, many animals mistake the plastic as a food. For instance, the sea turtle often confuse the plastic tanks as a jellyfish when the seabird ingests plastic fragments thinking they are prey, and the fish thinking and eating the microplastic that floating in the water. And in addition, the scientific study published in Environmental Pollution have shown that plastic ingestion can cause internal injuries, starvation, even the death. Animals that survive the plastic exposure often suffer long-term of health effects or health risks, including a weak immune system and reduced reproductive ability. Humans are not separate from this cycle. According to APA, microplastic have been detected in drinking water, salt, seafood, and even the air we breathe every day. So when plastic break down into microplastic that contain toxic chemicals such as additives and stabilizers that can enter in the human body and link in the potential health risks, including hormonal disruption, long-term health concern. And furthermore, the global plastic supply chain also contributes to unequal human exposure. To conclude, plastic waste is not a temporary issue, but is ongoing issue or ongoing threat that we have to face in our reality. From plants, we have learned that plastic waste is contaminate soil, disrupt its structure and reduce fertility, and even making harder plants to grow and sustain life. From animal, we have seen how plastic pollution leads to ingestion, injury, starvation, even death. While animal survivors often suffer long-term health problems, and from human, we have realized that microplastic have contaminated in our food, drink, even our air we breathe. So, understanding this impact and its relevance to environmental sustainability. So, thank you for attention.